Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome back to Termina Squad. So, this is going to be a very quick video about what I learned from my first full actual game of Kill Team. Now, first and foremost, this was a very fun experience for me. It was a bit of a long game, but you've managed to or I managed to learn a lot more about the game, kind of just how the flow of the game is with this and the various phases you have to go through, the going through the turning points. And I always understand that your first games when you're learning a new system, because I'm still learning the Kill Team rule set, is always going to be hectic. But I think once you do get a grasp on the game, it everything becomes a lot easier. So a lot of the insights that I'm gonna have right now are likely going to change. Well, yeah, they're gonna likely change in the future the more Kill Team games I get. But this is just my first impression from somebody who has really poured over the game and looked over the various kill teams, the rules and stuff, and you still realize that nothing beats or nothing substitutes to actually playing the game. So here's some insights into the game that I played. I played Felgor Ravagers against my friend who was using Raveners. We were using a Volcus map. There was no specific map that we were using. It was just a map I set up kind of haphazardly. Probably needs some work. So if you're watching this and you see on you see our map here, just put on the comments probably some things you would want to change about the map layouts and whatnot. But if not, it's fine. We had a crit op transmission, which really is all about pressing the transmit button and trying to hold the points. It made for a very interesting game because I was playing what they call a horde team with Ravagers, and he was playing Ravener, so it was gonna be a little. I think the matchup was based on the kill op and I mean just mostly the crit op. It was mostly my favor, but regardless, him and I we're still learning the game, so we ended up in a 8 point tie. Uh the big thing about when I played this game was that the game, I know this was my first game. It took 6 hours. I know probably some games are not gonna take as long, but 6 hours for a game like this is it's a lot, right? Like if you're a new player and you don't know, or you're not expecting to spend that much time sitting down on a game, well, you're gonna be in it for a shock or a surprise. So be sure that you have at least half a day when you're learning this game. So what did I learn from that game, and what am I gonna apply to Terminal Squad and this channel? First and foremost, as I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of 6 hour games. It's a little too much for me. Having to sit down there, and there weren't really any breaks in between. It was just straight gameplay. It was still a very enjoyable experience. I would highly recommend guys get your Kill Team games out there. Have fun. It's awesome. But 6 hours, it is a lot for me. I know for some of the other people out there, like this is nothing. They're probably used to double the amount of time. But from a new player perspective, that doesn't really play these skirmish type games, 6 hours is a lot. The other thing is that there was a lot of time that we took because there was a lot of extra complexity from all the rules and stuff like faction rules, equipments, employees. That adds such a massive layer of complexity that it's actually a little hard for a new player like myself to really understand truly what's going on. And of course, I mean, it's gonna take time to learn your kill team, but it was just one of those things where sometimes you want to play a game of Kill Team or Warhammer without all of that complexity. Um, Another thing I realized is that Kill Team on its own, because of the way that the game is structured and the little teams and whatnot, It's very matchup dependent, and there's a lot of game knowledge you need to know. Like Kill Team is a very PvP oriented game, and I'm more of a D&D brained PvE guy. I still enjoy it because it still gives me a good amount of insight here, but that's not really what I enjoy most about the hobby. And I want Termina Squad to be a much more light version of Kill Team. Instead of like having all of these like additional rules, you focus on like the little guys, because the little guys matter. And yeah, but aside from that, again, the game was very enjoyable, and I'm sure that I would very much enjoy all my future games of Kill Team, and I really hope so. And for anyone who's watching this, I hope you too enjoy all your future games of Kill Team or whatever you want to play. Maybe you want to play Terminal Squad too. I don't know. But thank you again to whoever is watching this. I don't know if anyone's even watching this, but if you are, you caught me at a pretty good mood. So I hope you're having a good day. And to anyone watching this, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm a peace out for now.